Привет, comrades, TFCom here. I know it's been a long time since I made a video, and I start all my videos with "It's been a long time since I made a video." Trying to get better about that. I know at first I used to do multiple ones a day, and I kind of... But as you can see, my hair is back to how it used to be, with the cut. It's still not as long yet, I'm working on that. It's sticking up all over the place right now, but I got the color in, got the silver in. It's just that mauve thing, so it's not like a permanent color. But as you can also see, I have a blank wall here. I have my own desk with fancy, lack of fancy behind me. It's so that, you know, if I'm gonna... I don't know. I feel like you're always seeing my posters behind me, and I need to... I don't know. Maybe I should add some foam to the wall to make it something. But no posters right now, because I cleared that all off. What's up? So I haven't had much to talk about. I understand that part, but I guess there is some things. I should really watch my older videos to see where I left you guys off at. But let's see. I left my job at the hospital. It was a toss and turn environment. I liked the fact that I was helping people, but I kept getting attacked. They would hold you over. So you'd be doing 20-hour shifts, and then they'd give you a choice like, hey, we're short, you're staying over. So that happened all the time. I had a patient try to make a run for it, and I had to chase him down, and no one else did anything. The other staff just kind of looked and then went back to what they were doing. Like, no one cared that a patient was trying to run away. So I had to chase him down and everything else, and that was a mess. Yeah, and then they asked later on, they were like, so can we tell the complete story, see what happened here, blah, blah. And I mentioned, I was like, you know, so this is what happened, he ran away, blah, blah. And they asked my coworkers, like, so what happened here? And they're like, what do you mean? They're like, with the patient that tried to run after a big fight, because it was a big fight between two patients, and then he ran. And they're like, there was no fight. I don't know what you're talking about. Nothing happened. And it's like... So that one made me really mad, because they didn't do anything about it. As far as I know, no action was taken whatsoever for the patients or the staff, and it was just done. It was done. Like it never happened, and I was exhausted by the time I came back from that. And then they made me do security rounds for the next 2 hours. So I was already exhausted, and then I had to be walking around more, so that was fun. That was fun. Thankfully, I didn't have to break up the fight. The guy actually... as he was fighting, when I came in the room, he shot off running. So, like, he waited for me to open the door kind of thing. But I could tell there was a fight based on how much yelling and stuff was going on when I opened the door. So, now that I'm off the job, I can say a little bit more than when I was on the job. Because they had that weird rule about, you know, you can't say anything bad about the company or they'll fire you or whatever. It was a really weird, very sketchy thing. And of course, I'm going to respect the patients. I'm not going to say their name or anything like that about them. Because, you know, that's their own private thing. I'm not going to be like, hey, so-and-so is at the hospital. Because in a lot of cases, they don't share that. You know, like, most people don't willingly tell others that, hey, I'm mentally ill, or hey, I'm locked up. They don't really say that. Don't you dare. Dante's been knocking over my camera like 6 times to keep on to refilm this intro and everything, so he looked at the camera, don't you dare. If I'm doing it on my laptop, it actually would stay up a lot better, but the laptop camera sucks. I don't know if you guys noticed that, it sucks. Maybe with proper lighting it'd be okay, but it kind of sucks. So yeah, anyway, I won't go much into detail about the patients, because that's, you know, their own business. There was some that were, like, willingly sharing it. It was kind of interesting. Like, there's one who, he would make calls all the time to other people. And he's like, hey, I'm in the hospital. Remember, because I'm a not guilty by reason of insanity, how are you doing? And it'd be, like, to a random person, like, he doesn't know at all. And, I mean, like, you call telemarketers back, and he would be saying that. So some people are willingly out about it. Some of them aren't. But, I mean, I can understand both sides there. I mean, I can understand the being out, because it's like, some of these people are in here for life. I mean, you gotta accept it, I guess. You know what? it's not going to do you any good to keep denying it or acting like you're ashamed of it, because nothing's going to change. So might as well. The other people, you know, I can see kind of being ashamed of it because it's treated badly in society, and you lose your rights. You don't get to like go down the street and buy an ice cream cone or something. Do they even sell? I guess McDonald's does. I'm trying to think of if they even sell ice cream cones anymore. Like, you don't get to go do that. You don't. Everywhere you have to be escorted around. You can't do pretty much anything. You're legally not a person in a lot of cases. You can vote. You can vote. I mean, there's some who have legal guardians. There's some who are guardians of the state. Some don't have guardians, so I'm not sure how that goes. But I know that legally they don't have as many rights as a person who's outside of there would. And once they get out, I think they don't get back their rights either, or they get back very little of them. And you're permanently branded with that. Like, you try to get another job or anything, and it will always show up on your records that you were there. So, you know, I can understand trying to hide it as much as you can, at least, even if it's not going to help much. But, anyway, so my new job, I actually work at a Walmart neighborhood market. I did mention that in my last video because I mentioned where it was at and everything. I don't think I started yet at that point, but it's an interesting place in that it's too nice. Maybe because I'm used to the hospital now, but like, you get breaks. Every 2 hours you get a break. 2 of those breaks are paid for, and one, you know, is off the clock, but you know, you still get 2 paid breaks. Everyone's insanely nice. Like, every coworker loves, like, every coworker. Like, everyone's super sweet, best friends, want to hang out after work, and I'm like, what is this place? I don't like this. It's like, it was very, I'm waiting for the ball to drop. It's way too nice right now. Like, there has to be some sort of drama. Someone dated someone, or someone's sister did something to someone else's sister. I don't know, but I'm like, I'm waiting for some drama because it's too nice. I mean, e.g., even at Dollar General, we had a buttload of drama. But, it's nice. The customers are nice. There's some really dumb ones. I mean, I usually do the self-checkout. I do other lines, but I usually do the self-checkout if you guys are ever looking for me. And you get a lot of people who just walk up and set their items down and look at me. And I'm like, oh, that lane's open. And they just stare at me. And I'm just like, okay. Kind of start walking away. And they're like, so which side do you want me on? I'm like, whichever lane you want. They're all open. And then they'll just like stare at you again. And I'm like, this is self-checkout, sir. If you want it, if you would like a cashier to check you out, there's other lanes over there. Da-da. And then they just keep staring at me. And I'm just like, what do I do? Like, they're just, you know, hold up the line because they're just like, do my stuff for me, I guess. That's a little weird. Or there's one person who today kept putting their card in before they scanned anything. So the register would say, like, the card declined because there's nothing you're buying. Over and over and over again, like 6 times. And then she just like got all her items from the cart and went like that into the bag. So only like 1 scanned, obviously, because, you know, a register can even only scan 1 at a time. Better yet, like 30 that she pushed over. And then she kept putting her cart in and out, in and out, in and out. Like, she kept taking it out and putting it back in, taking it out, putting it back. Like, it hadn't even loaded yet. Like, what are you doing? So the system was completely, like, froze up. It didn't know what was going on. And I couldn't even cancel because it was messed up. And I was just like, I just wanted to look at her and be like, what the fuck are you doing? But I didn't want to be that mean. I just kept looking at her like, do you need some help? Like, do you want to go back to the hospital? No. That's a bad joke, but she did seem a little off. And her friend with her was just as bad. She was like, no, you do it this way. And was like trying to insert the card like horizontally. And there's not even an opening horizontally, you know, because it's like the chip reader is like this. And she was trying to put the card like that. And I'm like, what are you... I don't know. Some of these people, I don't know how they lived to the age they're at right now. Because it's... I mean, because, yeah, technology changes every year, blah, blah, blah. I mean, they didn't have that when they were kids, yes. But we've had self-checkouts and things like that for my whole life. So it's been at least 20-something years. So, you know, you haven't gone shopping in 20-something years, you know, you would have learned by now, obviously. The only excuse I would have is like if you were from a different country and that country didn't use self-checkouts, then I would get it. But even in regular registers, they'll just like put their card in, pull out, put the card in, pull out. I'm like, it's like, have you never shopped before in your life? Like, I guess I missed the morons from retail, huh? Yes? What's up? Come here. So, what? Steve keeps like sniffing me. I probably smell like baby. I've been hanging around my sister and her son, my nephew. I was trying to think of the word for it for a minute. I'm so used to gender neutral terms. I had to think of like what is the male term for child? The son. Don't you do it. Dante staring at the camera again. Shun you. So let's see what else there is. So the job's good. The hours are all over the place. So you're never gonna know when I work. Sometimes it's like 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. or like 9 to 6 or whatever. But the place does actually close, which is really weird for a Walmart. But they close at 11 and they open up at 6. So 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. I'll be sometime in there. And then I have days off every once in a while too. So that's another thing. We're always guaranteed 2 days off. And at least so far, for the whole month, I have always had the 2 days off in a row. Why is my camera not focusing on me? Focus. Thank you. I've always had them in a row. Like it'd be a Wednesday, Thursday, or Tuesday, Wednesday, or whatever else. They're all kind of random that way, but they're always in a row. So that's really cool. I always get a weekend. Whether it's a weekend or not, you know. I get the weekend time kind of thing. I've usually worked early. I worked one night shift. I worked night shift. I worked until like 9 p.m. 2 days, and that was because it gets busy there. And then I worked till 8. I worked till 8. And then another day I actually closed, and oh my god, that was fun. That was 2 days. It was the 20th, I believe. I haven't been at work in a while. Today's my first day back after my weekend, you know. But there was some guy who we seriously went around the whole store. Every 5 minutes we were saying like, you know, like closing in 10 minutes, closing in 3 minutes, closing. Why is there a circle on my screen? I hope it's not recording with a circle. Is it? I hope not. It's like right in the middle of my screen. There's a circle. Okay, stop that. What if I move it over here? Then it messes up my focus. Focus on me. Yes. Okay, hope there's not a circle in actual recording, because it looks really weird. Maybe it'll go away after time. But yeah, so we did every 5 minutes where we make a call, like we close in 45 minutes, we close in 40 minutes, we close in 30 minutes. Like it was, you know, 35 to 30. You know what I mean? Every 5 minutes, and we kept being like, you know, please come check out and everything else. And we walked down the whole store, didn't find a single person, whatever else. So we closed up all the registers. There was one left that hadn't been closed up yet. And then this guy walks up to the front. We've done all the carts, we've locked all the doors, everything's been like long done. It's been like 30 minutes since close. And the guy's like, did you not hear any of the things? He's like, no. And it's like the loud PA system thing. So even if you can't understand it, you should look around and be like, no one else is here. I probably shouldn't be here. So our only guess is that he was in the bathroom or something, because we walked on the whole store, no one was there. So he was either in the bathroom or he was like hiding in a break room or something, because we didn't check the employee areas, obviously. So, with that. And then, of course, he paid $100. Now, the really cool thing about this is that Dollar General, you know, we had issues breaking 20s even sometimes. But yeah, people pay the $100 and it's like, whatever. Our drawer will have like $17,000, something crazy like that, it seems. It probably has that much. But we'll just... And then you're like, oh, I'm low on ones. And then they'll just add ones, but you still have all the extra money from before. Don't rob us, by the way. So I'm just saying you always have change. Like, there's so many $100 bills in the drawer, and it's fine. Like, you know, before we had 100 and we had like break out the entire like change fund, search around. Usually we didn't have enough change. We had to start giving out quarters and stuff because we didn't have any change. Then we went to dimes, and like do we do? What do we do? The bank would be closed that day usually. Like, it was a big mess. But now it's just like, okay, cool, whatever. It's whatever. So that's weird. What other weird things are there? I am also learning about a lot of new fruits and vegetables. Not new, because they obviously existed, but I didn't know about them. So it'll be things like tamarin, I think is one of them. I never even heard of that before. Or like, if you go to potatoes in the screen, there's like 7 different types of potatoes you can click on. I'm like, I don't know the difference between the potatoes or the tomatoes or anything like that. Like, I don't know. Also, the tomatoes are under vegetables, so they need to work on that system. Probably because if they put them under fruits, no one could find them, because people wouldn't think about that, I guess. Or there's like 3 different kinds of mangoes, and I'm like, I don't know which mango it is. But like, they don't even have like a different name. It's just mango, 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 and I'm like, number 3. Like, and they all have different prices too, so it's like, I don't know which one it is. So if you guys ever want to check out a place, make sure you have a sticker on your thing, because the sticker on vegetables and fruits and everything that will actually have a code we can enter in, so we don't have to like search for it. Because if we search for it, I'm like, I don't know which one it is. I'm sorry, guys, I'm guessing. I've charged some weird things, like some things that probably cost way more than 50 cents, bring us 50 cents. I'm like, okay, it looked like that to me, and there's no way to like go back really, so go ahead. You can have that giant gourd for 50 cents, sure. I thought it was a mango. I'm learning. I'm allergic to mangoes. I don't know what they look like. I know they're like orangish purple, pink. It looks really weird. I just saw one for the first time like yesterday. I have no idea. I was like, what is this? It's but I've seen them before, but they're always cut up. Like, they're never like the round fruit. It's really weird. Different things I'm learning and stuff. Also, in the self-checkout has different pictures than the regular one, like different names. Like there's certain rolls that are the broccotti or something like that, and they are in the self-checkout under that name. But in the cashier thing, there is no rolls whatsoever called broccotti. So I'm like, which one do I put? These are broccotti rolls. Like, what one do I put? So I'll put like baguette, and I'm like, I don't know. And then baguette costs a completely different price. So I don't know what button there is that I'm missing somehow. But some people just put them down as donuts because they say they're the same price as the donuts. So I started doing that a little bit. But all the things. There's always the rude customers who just won't respond to you when you talk to them. But okay, you know, it's fine. Whatever. I'm loving that I get to wear piercings. I love that fact. My coworker was really surprised when I was like, how many different kinds of piercings do you own? Like, he's like, you had a different color last week. And I'm like, well, yeah. And he's like, you own like 3 different colors. And I'm like, no. People with piercings don't just buy like, I have a black set and then that's it. Like, no, we buy greens and pinks and purples and everything else. And like, we don't wear the exact same piercings every single day. You know, we trade them out, obviously. We may wear the same one for like a week or 2, but like, you know, then you come out and be cleaned and stuff, and I guess you can put them back in, but, you know, variety and all that, so you, like, do different things, so that's what you would do. People keep being really confused when I come back with different color piercings, so I'm like, why? You'd wear a different necklace every day or so, like, you could change your necklace, why can't you change? I guess I think about the ones that you have to, like, I guess, do at the place, like, you know, the actual piercer, changing them out, but that's my only thought that that's what they're thinking about, because that's not what these are. Stop glaring at me. Dante's just glaring at me because I told him he can mess with the camera. Yeah, he can't do it, huh? But I love that I get to wear them, because I'm finding new ones all over, and I'm like, and I'm realizing I'm missing some. I'll be like, what happened to my gold hoop? I was looking everywhere for my nose hoop. I could not find it. I'm guessing the cats got to it, so. But, I mean, I've moved like so many times since I've been able to wear piercings, really, so I probably left them somewhere. I don't know. Maybe I vacuumed them up one day. I wouldn't know. But I ordered some good ones from Spencer, so those will come soon. I'm excited about that. And also, next week is my second birthday. If you remember, I have 2 birthdays. The one I was actually born on, and then the one that, for some reason, my whole family thinks I was born on. I've seen the birth certificate. It says which one I was born on. So, I don't know why, but, like, I was born March 26th, and so that's my first birthday, but, like, everyone in my family is convinced it's June 26th, and that's the day they celebrate. So, my second birthday is coming up, the one I actually get gifts for. Gifts. I got some money this year, which is pretty cool. So that's coming up. I was thinking about, that circle is still there and it's bugging me. I hope it's not on the recording, I really do. But I was thinking about getting a new piercing for my, birthday. And I was trying to think of what to do. I was thinking about Daith piercing, or Darth, or however you pronounce that. But I heard it's the most painful piercing you can get other than genital. Which sounds pretty bad. But it also works to prevent seizures and migraines. So, I don't know how true that is, but, like, a bunch of people swear by it, so... Well, they say it's the most painful, and I've looked at some of the jewelry, and, like, I don't know how that goes in. Like, there's just a hole. Like, how does it not fall out? Like, it'd be, like a moon or whatever shape, and then there'd be, like, a little hole in the middle there. Like that. So you can, like, slide it in, but, like, how does it not just, like, slide back out? Like, you know... You put it back on your earrings, you snap your things on your other jewelry. Why does this one not? I mean, you could put you put a hoop in there from something else, but, like, why do those jewelry not have backs? Maybe I'll have to look into that, because it was really confusing for me. But, let's see. So, if you guys have suggestions, I would love to get a new piercing. I was thinking maybe, like, taking industrial cross, or a trident piercing, if you've ever seen those, where it's a straight industrial and 2 little bumps there. I think these are too far apart, so I'd have to do it on the other ear, or add an extra thing to there. So I'd be like, dun dun dun. Maybe? I don't know how well that would work with all the piercings I have in that ear. But, and it would look kind of weird if I have industrial in this ear and in this ear. So I'm not sure about that one. I love how they look, absolutely adore how they look, but I don't think I could do it. Sorry. So I'm not sure there, but, I would love to get a new piercing. I was thinking about a second eyebrow one, maybe. That might be cool. Maybe a septum. I'm not sure about that one, though. Or, second lip ones to the side here. Those always kind of look pretty cool, but my lip ones right now cause enough problems. Lip piercings are horrible to deal with. Constantly get food stuck in them. You get stuff like caked up in them, and I guess it's just, you know, building, like, you know, normal earrings that get things in them, like that yellowy stuff. I mean, that, you know, that happens, but it's just none of my like eyebrows or anything do that. It's just these, and it's really gross to me. It's just picking at them all day, and you have to get metal ones, because if you get the plastic ones, they just, like, break randomly. Like, if you screw them too tight, or if you bite them or anything else, they just, like, shatter, and you're, like, spitting pieces out, and you're just like, now my piercing's gonna fall out, so you're trying to, like, hold it in. I had that happen too many times at work, but so I know what that one. So lip piercings are a lot of work, and also, I can't wear the hoops in mine. This one can wear the hoop fine. This one is pierced incorrectly. I keep telling myself I'm gonna, like, let it heal and then pierce it correctly this time, but there'd be scar tissue, and I don't think that'd be a good idea. Basically, they pierced this one too high up. It's, like, right here, you know, straight back, whereas this one is, like, these aren't really correct measurements, but, you know, it's lower. So this one's, like, through the lip itself, this one's through the gums. That's basically the thought process there. So, like, you just through the lip, and this one's all the way down here by the gums. I don't know if you could hear me when I was talking like that, but, you know, through the lip versus through the gums. And the gum is how it's supposed to be, this one's not. So if I wear any hoop with this, it's, like, huge looking, like, it's like this ring. No, not that bad, but it's, like, you know, it's, like, way too big for your mouth, whereas this one fits it perfectly. So it's, and then I don't want to wear a hoop on one side, not the other. It doesn't match right, so I usually just wear these studs. It's a little easier there. I actually bought this hoop for my lips. It's a special one where, I don't know if you've seen these before, they don't have any opening. You actually pull on the side here, and it opens there. But it hides the seam, it like clicks into place. It's really cool, whereas the others, screw on. So this is pretty cool to me. So I actually bought that for my lips, and it was just huge on this side, and I couldn't do it. It just looked really trashy. It looked like some kid who tried to pierce themselves, and it looked bad. That circle's never going to go away. So it's my halo now, or it's my. There we go. I have a monocle. Yes. I'm probably making all these faces, and you guys can't even see the giant circle on my screen. Well, it's like a monocle now, so that's how it'll be. It looks weird. Let's see, what else? I got distracted. I get distracted easily. So I'm not sure what other piercing I can get. I've seen some people have a second nose one, and like one as a hoop, one as a stud kind of thing. Thought about that. Thought about just getting more earrings all the way up. I wouldn't have it, but I'd want some design to it. Like I'd want like the trident or something like that, because I can have piercings all the way up, but like it's different being able to wear a hoop, because I like having an actual thing like an industrial, which you get the choice to wear hoops in, but it's not made for a hoop. It's actually, the bar will still be straight. Like if I didn't have an industrial, these may not line up right to do the industrial, if I just got them done randomly. So that's an important thing that to me at least. So yeah, suggestions would be great. Only face and ears. I'm not getting like my nipples pierced or something. Sorry. Actually, they're still insanely sore from the surgery, so definitely not anytime soon. Definitely not anytime soon. And one of them has some issue with one of the stitches are stuck, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to do that. But like they're supposed to fall out and it's not, and so the skin around it's like kind of has a big bump where it just won't dissolve or fall out, which all the others did in like a week. This one's stuck in there. You will not dissolve. So I'm really hoping I don't have to get like cut open or something to get this one out, because it's also like right next to my nipple. Like it's on my nipple obviously, but I mean like right next to like the bump part. I don't know what you'd call that, the center. So I don't think you could cut open that spot. So I'm not sure what will be done. But I hope it doesn't. I hope it goes away eventually, or at least becomes less noticeable. Because I don't like how it looks whatsoever, but it's not a super big thing. If I wasn't worried that, it's infected or something and I need to freak out. My surgeon said it's fine. It just looks like a stuck thing, and if I just clean it correctly, it should go away on its own. You don't need an antibiotic or anything, because I asked if I needed one. And I'm just like, well, I've been cleaning it correctly for, geez, how many months has it been now? And it's not gone away. So I'm kind of worried about that, but it happens. So definitely no nipple piercings. That's what my sister wanted me to get. No belly button. I have an kind of an outie. It's an outie. It's like a weird mix between the two. And so belly button ring would look really weird to that, I think. Belly button jewelry. Plus, I never wanted one growing up, because like my pants are there. Like it's gonna hit them and it's gonna be painful, or it's gonna pull out or something like that. And also is the thing that every girl in my family always has a belly button ring. Like it's like a rite of passage when you turn 18. You all get a belly button ring. Or hook. I think it's still called a ring. But you always get your belly button pierced. It's a thing you always do. So I never wanted to have it, just because it was the girl thing. And like, I'm sure there's guys that pierce the belly button. I mean, obviously there's guys that pierce the belly button. But just because in my family it's a female thing, I don't do it. No. Just like I don't wear regular earrings. I always wear the fake gauges. I was thinking about actually getting officially gauged, which might be a good idea for me. But I wouldn't know how big to go. But that's why I always wear the fake gauges and stuff, because regular earrings are very feminine. They're like a little diamond or a little hook or like a hanging. I miss all my really cool like hanging jewelry. I found it recently and I'm like, oh man, I love how these look. Like they're really cool designs and like chandelier type of thing. But I do not like how they look on me. Like I'm like, oh, this is gorgeously designed, but it don't work. And I miss all that. I had some really cool fake gauges too that like went really low and everything else. They're like ones that wrapped on your whole ear. There's ones like that go down to like here, like a big feathery tail to it. It was really cool. I have a lot of really cool ones. I have ones made of solid bone. It's really cool. But again, it just doesn't. I don't like how they look anymore. I don't even really like the fake gauges that go back a little bit, like the tapers. I don't really like those. I just kind of like the plugs. That's what they call them. But I ordered some new plugs. We'll see about that. All the fake ones. But maybe I'll get them actually gauged officially for my birthday. That might be a good idea. Which is kind of funny because my piercings I ordered will arrive the day after my birthday. I ordered some fake gauges there too, so be like, hey, you're useless now. Sorry. I mean, I guess I could put a fake gauge up here. I don't know how weird that would look. Yeah. So, I think that's maybe where I'm going there. But I definitely am open to suggestions and sizing, because I have no idea how to size gauges. Like, I like this size. I like that size right there. I have no idea what that'd be considered. I know like 00 is like the biggest you can get or something like that, or 000 or something like that. I know they keep adding zeros on. So I'm not sure what size this would be, but I like this size there, so we'll see there. But I also know that my sister would always pull down this gunk, basically like my lip stuff would be like in her ear, and it was really grossed me out, and it smelled horrible to me. But maybe it's not like that bad, obviously, if you're used to it and everything else, and if you actually clean them correctly, maybe they don't smell. I don't know. I just knew that hers smelled really bad. So I'm not sure what else to mention. I thought this would be like a 3-minute video because I couldn't think of anything, but obviously it's not a 3-minute video, huh? All my videos end up so long. I try not to. I really do try not to, guys. I try to make them really short, and I'm like, I'll just talk about this subject today, and then I'm like, but I really don't want to make a second video about this subject, and this subject's really important too, and back and forth. So that's about it. Happy early birthday to me. I may make a video the day before, the day of. I actually have to give myself my shot on my birthday. So, true birthday gift. I am not a girl. No. No, I absolutely hate giving my shots. Even now, like, I've been doing this for years, and they're still so insanely painful to me. And more of the fact that I can't keep calling my tints up, and I'm like, I know this is a bad idea, and I cannot get myself to calm down enough to put it in my leg, so it always hurts because I slam it. Yeah, I don't slam it, but I'm like, I had to push it through, and the muscle's tense, and so it obviously hurts like crazy, which makes me, more tense next time because I know how much it hurts, and it's a bad cycle. I heard you can use numbing cream, but I don't know how bad that would be for intermuscular. So if any of you have ever used it, please tell me that, because I feel like numbing cream would be better for like your shots, like you're getting like a